Reactor, online. Sensors, online. Weapons, online. All systems, nominal.
Hey everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, or something. I haven't come up with a name properly yet. In this episode, what I want to talk about is more lore-based MechWarrior. So, for example, in World of Tanks, when you pick a faction, the Japanese, the Americans, the British, the Germans, the Russians, even with in War Thunder, when you pick one of those factions, you can only use the weapons or the vehicles of war, basically aircraft and all that stuff. Even World of Naval Fleets or shit. World of Warships. That's it. You can only use ships with that country, right? So my idea is for faction warfare. Another way to kind of make it more lore-driven, more I won't say hardcore, but more, just more in depth. So, for example, if you're in a Merc unit, you sign up, you can run any mech you want, because it's your own personal mech. There you go. Congratulations, Merry Christmas. Now, if you're a lone wolf, but you're in a unit, or you are or actually, let's rephrase this. Sorry, if you're a loyalist, you sign up with a faction. There should be a bit of a catch-22 with that, because right now, we get our loyalty points, and that's it. My theory and my idea is this: if you're a loyalist with any unit, any faction, you should be able to get two things. Number one, when you fight on a faction planet other than your own, you should gain faction points with that faction. Maybe at a 50% cost, but still, like in a loss of six loyalty points, you get 6 for Razzlehag, but then I also get 3 in a loss for Karita. If I fought on a Karita planet against what's left of Smoke Jaguar, stuff like that. But the main thing I wanted to mention in this video is limiting the mechs you can use. So, for example, I signed up with the FRR. When I go to sign up for them as a loyalist, it says, hey, just so you know, the mechs you can use in faction warfare are limited to. And it'll list you. Your heavies, your assaults, your mediums, and your lights. These are the mechs you're allowed to use at this time for the time period we picked. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because at certain later time frames, for example, the FRR doesn't exist. It actually becomes the Free Razzlehag Dominion. It actually becomes incorporated, we'll say, government and society with Clan Ghost Bear. So Ghost Bear and FRR actually become intertwined. Ghost Bear doesn't quite take over the Razzlehag all that great, but has the honor and respect of the people in the FRR enough with how hard they fought and the fact that they're fighting up until the fucking bloody end. They actually incorporated them all and modified the way the government works and all that stuff. And in the end, you have the Free Razzlehag Dominion. Ghost Bear doesn't exist anymore. It's just the Free Razzlehag Dominion. Now, that means they're running Clan Mechs and Inner Sphere Mechs. So say they go to a later date. Well, as a free FRR, as some member of the FRR, that means I can run both Clan and Inner Sphere intermixed. Which would be kind of cool, right? Drop, in a Timberwolf, but then a few seconds later I drop in an Awesome. Best of both worlds. But, yeah, so I would like to see that. Some sort of faction restriction. That it's like, hey, you've run these, there you go. Now, it will give the option of not, it'll give your unit the ability to, say, not run. Well, we can call it cannon builds. Or cannon chassis. If you decide your unit does not run a cannon chassis, which you can get that pick at the beginning, and you can obviously kick yourself out of it at any time later on. Say it's like at a 7-day cooldown or something. But your unit, you do a contract with the loyalists for the FRR. It pops up and says, hey, just so you know, by signing this contract, you're going to be restricted to the following mechs. If you disagree, click cancel. If you agree to this, click OK. If you want to change your mind, there's a 7-day cooldown. If you do pick or no, sorry, yes or no. If you pick no, there's a 7-day cooldown. You can switch over to yes. If you say yes, there's a 7-day cooldown to go over to no. In the 7-day period, if you pick yes, your mechs will get an extra 10 to 15% XP boost to leveling them up. They will also get additional quirks, specifically to those mechs in faction warfare, to make them more fucking deadly. Because those are mechs that, theoretically, you are more efficient in. So it'll give them just generic buffs. Like it'll just give generic heat buff, or a generic laser type weapon buff. Something that the FRR, for example, is known for, right? The FRR was known for its brawling, it's getting in there, it's fighting. So it'd probably be, and ballistics would be the big thing. So it'd be like, hey, just so you know, as the FRR loyalist, with, we'll say cannon chassis enabled, you as a player, one playing, get a 5% increase to your ballistic velocity, 5% increase to your ballistic heat generation, and a 5% bonus to your cooldown of your ballistics. So that gives you just that not big buff, but it's enough that it'll make you go, oh, okay, right? But it doesn't, give you a big advantage over someone, because someone that's cunning glow spare is getting some sort of other 5% boost. So everyone's going to get a 5% boost quirk-wise to basically something associated with them. Some people may get, quirks associated with sensors. Some people may get quirks with something else, but it's a temporary one. And then at the same time, there's that XP boost, right? So you can actually level up those mechs a little faster, get used to them a lot better, so you can get more efficient in the actual mechs that are associated and affiliated with your faction. But that is this episode. Then I'm done with my little let's talk, my little rant, my little blabbering on, so to speak. Until next time, see you guys on the battlefield. Bye bye.